Dahon Unio E20 electric bike. Troubleshooting and maintenance. Dahon's Unio E20 is an electric assist folding bicycle for maintenance or troubleshooting tasks which are suitable for carrying out by the user or at home. Please refer to this video. How to deal with the failure to boot. 1. Check the battery power switch. See whether the indicator light is on when the switch is turned on, and press the display switch to turn it on. 2. If the power switch is turned on and the indicator light is off, the battery needs to be charged. If it still does not light up after charging, there is likely something wrong with the battery pack, and the battery may need to be replaced. 3. If the indicator light is on, but the device cannot be booted, check whether the battery power cable and the controller connector are secure. If poorly attached or damaged, the battery pack or corresponding parts may need to be replaced. 4. If the device still cannot be started, check the display cable connector. If it is loose, it needs to be reconnected, and if any pins are bent, the pins need to be corrected. If the problem persists, it will be necessary to check step by step whether the instrument, connecting cables, and motor are faulty. How to deal with fault codes on the display. If fault code 4 appears, it means that the battery voltage is too low, and the battery needs charging before use. If the charging indicator light is on, but the battery cannot be charged, the battery pack needs to be replaced. When the following codes appear, the original battery needs to be replaced. If fault code 9 appears, it indicates that the power supply voltage is too high. For example, if the system has been modified, or a non-original battery has been installed. If fault code 13 appears, it indicates that the battery's tamper-proof indicator has been triggered. Steps to replace the battery pack. Rotate the battery pack connector counterclockwise and pull it out. Open the seat tube quick release. Pull out the seat tube battery. Pay attention to protecting the sprung cable. Replace with a manufacturer-approved battery pack to ensure safety. Make sure to lock the seat tube and the connector. If fault code 11 appears, it indicates that wheel speed detection is abnormal. Solution. Check the magnet on the spoke of the rear wheel to see if it is dropped. If present, check whether it is aligned with the plus sign on the inner wheel speed sensor on the fork, and set to a distance of 10 mm. If the fault code still appears after alignment, it may mean that the wheel speed sensor is damaged. Open the dust cover of the wheel speed sensor. Unscrew the screw counterclockwise. Remove the wheel speed sensor and replace it with a new one. If fault code 15 appears, it indicates that the display signal connection is abnormal. Solution. Check whether the transmission wire between the display and the controller is connected normally. If the connector pin is bent, correct it. If the fault persists, use a Phillips screwdriver to unscrew the display. Unscrew counterclockwise to replace it. Align with the direction of the arrow and insert the display cable. Press the M key to turn on. When the following codes appear, the motor needs to be replaced. If fault code 2 appears, it indicates abnormal current or damaged MOS tube. If fault code 3 appears, it indicates that the motor is jammed. If fault code 6 appears, it indicates motor hall failure. If fault code 12 appears, it indicates that the controller MCU is abnormal. If fault code 10 appears, it indicates that the controller signal connection is abnormal. When replacing the motor, prepare the following tools. 8 mm Allen wrench, bottom bracket removal tool, combination hexagonal torque wrench, square socket wrench, crank puller, custom steel rod with diameter of 10 to 12 mm and length of 140 mm, number 17 to 19 wrench, and 6 mm Allen wrench. The steps to replace the motor are: 1. Take out the battery. Turn off the seat tube battery power switch, and take out the seat tube battery. 2. Remove the crank. Prepare a maintenance stand and secure the bicycle on it. Disassemble the crank. Take an 8 mm Allen wrench, and unscrew the crank locking screw at the right end of the chain plate counterclockwise. Using the crank removal tool, remove the crank at the right side, and then tighten the right side crank locking screw back up. Use an 8 mm Allen wrench to unscrew the locking screw of the left side crank. 3. Remove the chain wheel. Use the square socket wrench together with the bottom bracket removal tool. Remove the chain plate locking nut by unscrewing counterclockwise, and take out the chain plate. 4. Remove the motor. Use a T10 Torx wrench to unscrew the 5 assembly screws counterclockwise, and then remove the motor cover. Use a 6 mm Allen wrench to remove the 6 motor assembly screws by unscrewing counterclockwise. Use a tool to loosen the main body, and then take out the motor. Lift the main body of the motor. Pull out the plug-in waterproof connector hidden in the main tube. Pull out the red and black power line connectors. Pull out the wheel speed sensor signal line connector, and pull out the dashboard wire connector. 5. Installing the new motor. Take out the old motor, then install the new motor by following the steps in reverse. Check that the rotation is normal. You have now completed this maintenance task.